It's time for Film-o-rama!
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 of Film-o-rama. I'm Logan Marks.
I'm Sam Baxter.
This week's picks, we're going to be talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty, which was Sam's request.
No, that was yours, motherfucker, not mine.
And Hulu's Prey. So how you been, Sam?
Oh, I've been okay, it's been still hot around here. It's been hotter than I'd like, but fuck, you just gotta deal with it, right?
Yeah, it's going to be hot for a while. I think a couple more weeks, and then we'll be wishing for the heat again.
I won't.
No?
No, I like it. I like it cold, man. I'm good with that. So what's been going on with you? Anything new?
Nothing new. Just training some new people, and actually, so this amazing thing happened to me. Like, I'm not a big gum chewer, but they had these old sometimes the store that I work at, we have expired food that they put up there, and it's usually but it's actually it's still good. Like it'll only be expired for like a couple weeks, like not even a couple weeks, like maybe a couple days, and they have to get rid of it.
Okay.
And so they'll put it up there for us to take before.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, hey, if you want to take this, because I mean, for me, like food that expires is usually still good.
Yeah, I eat expired ham and make cold cuts all the time. 2 months expired. Yeah, it's all right.
You can it's still protein. Gets the job done.
Yep.
But they had this big old thing of like bubble gum, like the old the big old pieces like you can chew and like the.
You get like 100 of them for a penny because nobody fucking would buy them.
Yeah, like the penny bubble gums. And you can chew it, but the flavor only lasts for like a minute.
No, those are the worst.
If that.
Those are the worst. Yeah, I remember those.
I like them.
Especially if they're free.
Yeah, especially if they're free. So they have this big bag up there, and I was like, I just grabbed one and put, and it's hard as rock when you start chewing.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you gotta have good teeth.
I started chewing them, and so I was just like, all right, well, so they're actually pretty good. So I'm gonna try to eat this whole bag and see if I can eat the whole bag. So I'll chew one and just throughout the day, I'll just eat like 10 or 12.
Yeah, just keep popping them in your mouth.
Yeah, and then I spit it out. I'll chew it. All the flavor's gone. I spit it out and put another one in because there's so many of them. It's just a huge bag. And so everyone kept would make fun of me about it, and I'm like, so my challenge was I'm gonna try to eat the whole bag by the end of the month.
Okay.
And so
it's a lot of gum, man.
I know it is. I'm only halfway through the bag, so I think I'll be able to do it.
Okay.
So I started doing this, and I have this fellow coworker. Her name's Sandra, and she was like. She gets really annoyed by gum chewing because I walk by her, and because the gum's really big and I'm gonna have to chew pretty hard on it. Mm-hmm. So I smack my lips when I chew it. No.
Some people get real annoyed with that for some reason. They get really fucking put off.
Yeah. So and she's one of she's what they call a PIC, which is a person in charge there.
Okay.
And there's a couple of them there. So she goes up to me and she's like, "Hey, you're gonna have to spit that gum out." And I was like, "No, I don't. I'm not gonna spit it out." And she's like, "Well, we're not supposed to have gum, and they're supposed to be chewing gum out on the floor." Uh-oh. And I was like, "I really don't care. I'm gonna keep chewing it." And because she was I could tell
it was irritating her.
Yeah, it was irritating her, but it wasn't because of the rules or anything. It was because I could tell because I know her enough that it was because it just annoyed her.
Okay.
So. Now that I knew that, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be very entertaining." So,
yes, you gotta push those buttons now.
So I had to push the buttons. So, every time I'd walk around, do stuff, I'd come near her, I would smack louder, and
hey, I got a question.
And every time I come talk to her, I would you gotta go do this. And you could tell, in her eyes, you could tell that
she eyes of anger, fury.
She was getting fury, anger, and I was like. But it was the more angry she'd get, the more entertaining.
I would love that. And you should have been hold on. And reached in and pulled out another gum and popped it in your mouth.
I did a couple times.
Yes.
So this was fun for a couple days. And she came up to me again. And then she was like, okay. And she started she got on her phone and she pulled up the the employee handbook.
Oh my god!
And she's like, "You see, you're breaking the rules right now." She was telling me, and she goes, "Look right here." And then so I look, it was like, employees cannot chew tobacco, smoke, or chew gum on the floor. And I was like, how is that any difference from you telling me I really don't care? I'm still gonna keep chewing it.
Yeah.
And so I put another one in my mouth, and she's just getting up. You can tell she's getting upset.
How dare you defy me?
Yeah.
I just gave you the rules. I just showed you the rules.
It's like, don't you know you're breaking the rules? She's like getting really upset, and I was like, don't worry about it. No one's getting hurt. It's like it's a victimless crime, and she, and so. Yeah, and I can tell she's getting like irate at this point. She's like, you know what? I'm that's it. You need to spit that out right now. And I was like, what do you want to spit it in your hand? She was like, yes. And she put her hand out like she wanted to me just put it in her hand.
Catch it?
Yeah.
You should have just moved the gum from your mouth and just spit in her hand. Oh.
I can do that. I still love her.
I know.
She's an awesome person, but
especially when it's somebody good, you just want to fuck with them. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. So what'd you do?
So she puts it out, and I was like, I'm not gonna spit it in your hand. That's gross.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was like, well, we're gonna go talk to the other PIC, and we're gonna have to deal with this. And I was like, okay. All right, let's go.
It's all like fucking schoolyard.
Yeah, basically,
we're gonna deal with this.
At this point, it was like so ridiculous that I was like, all right, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's go.
So she takes us over there. She wanted to go talk to the PIC and then talk to the manager, the main manager, and have like this meeting with me. Basically, I'm like, all right, let's go do this.
You should have acted before you go out. You should have been like, no, please, don't do that. Act like you're gonna try to get away and see if she would have grabbed your shirt or something.
See if she would have grabbed me. It's like,
yeah, like no, so she would have felt like she had the upper hand on you. You should have been like, oh no, please, no, don't do that.
I know. So she takes you over there, and I'm like going there. I'm chewing as loud as I can all the way over there,
blowing bubbles and shit.
Yeah, so she talks to the other. She gets to the other PIC, and she taps her on the shoulder to turn around. She's talking to someone else, and she turns around, and while she turns around, she's chewing gum too.
Oh,
she's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then she looks at her, and she's like, you know what? We're not supposed to be chewing gum on the floor. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, other PIC, we're not supposed to be doing that, I guess, I was like,
yeah.
And she's like, why? I've been chewing gum since I started, and no one's told me anything. And she was like, I was like, oh, really? You have, huh? So like, why am I getting singled out? And she was like, look, and she's looking at me, she's like, well, we're not supposed to be chewing gum. She was getting and she was like, well, where'd you get that gum then? She's like, told the other PIC, and the other PIC like, the manager gave it to me. She just come every day. And she was like, what? And she was like, she's like just dumbfounded. Like,
yeah, I can't believe this.
Yeah,
anarchy, chaos.
Yeah. Do you guys not know that it's against the rules to chew gum?
Oh my gosh.
So then we're like looking at her. It's like, well, I don't know what you can do about it now because everyone's chewing gum. So what does it matter? And she's like, oh, you know what? Well, fuck this and chew all the gum you want.
You should have been like, you should have pulled out a gum. Here you go.
I know I should have gave her a piece. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, you should have done that. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, she goes back to where she is, all huffy and puffy. And then we're like, okay. So then I go and I talk to the other PIC. I was like, hey, you know how she had called you over the radio to come see you because she wanted. I told her what happens. Like she wanted to chew me out about the gum. And I told him the story, and he was like, he was just cracking up.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, I got an idea. And I was like, what? He goes, I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to go tell her that I talked to you. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to pull gum out of my pocket and start chewing it in front of her.
There you go.
So he was like, I was like, yeah, go do that. So he went over there, and I'm like watching from behind. I can see him talking to her. And then I see him pull the gum out and he's chewing it, and she's like, you see like her reaction, like what? Like all like what are you doing? Like what you
slaps out of his man.
And then like I start laughing, she hears me laugh, she looks back and she looks at me, and she's like giving me all this death look, like
yeah, you motherfucker. Oh man,
it was pretty funny.
That's good.
So after that, like I've been because I text her sometimes. And so I've been like sending her like gifs of like animals chewing things and like chewing their cud, like cows chewing stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man, I would just be like you. That's great, man. You just like chewing loud on her. I would have done that. Like so, like I said, popping more gum in, offering it to other people around, everyone but her. You know, just kept popping it in your mouth, man. That would have been great. Oh god,
it was pretty funny.
That's great. Oh, that's a good story.
Should we get on to the movies?
Yeah, let's do it.
Our first show is going to be the series, which is on Amazon Prime, and it's this one's dear to my heart. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty.
This is a show, a reason why I would cancel Amazon Prime. Please go ahead.
It's a love triangle between one girl and two brothers.
Oh God!
A story about first love, first heartbreak, and the magic of that one perfect summer. So what you think of this?
No, man. As soon as you fucking announced it last week, I was like, this is gonna be the most bullshit show ever. Like seriously, it was cliche. Like I felt like the script was terrible. It felt like it was written by like either they were adults who had never had a relationship ever, right? We both know people who are like that, who are adults who've never been in a relationship. Like and I felt like it was either those type of adults or they were just like fucking 14-year-olds who just feel like this is what should happen. Like I don't know, it was just it was cringe, man. Like
it was like, I have to agree with you. It was very cringe.
Like the random random play fighting, like terrible one-liners. I mean, again, I couldn't tell if it was a shitty acting or terrible writing, but they were just so awkward, and like the characters were like one-dimensional, like annoying. I don't know, entitled. Like those fucking kids were entitled. Man. Oh fuck.
I felt the same way when I watched it. It was actually it was boring.
Oh, fucking horrible.
Because like all the characters were like super generic.
Yeah,
and all stereotypical.
Yeah,
and like and I agree with you. There were a lot of them were pretty annoying. Like the whole storyline was. It felt like a Lifetime movie, but written for like If I was a 15-year-old girl, I would have probably enjoyed this. I'd probably something I'd watch. But if I was a smart 15-year-old girl, I would have probably thought it was garbage.
I mean, like none of the characters like showed any type of sympathy or empathy or anything. Like they were just there, and they were just like I said, entitled and just boring. I feel like the music, like the music was just like super loud, and it kind of came in like at parts that just didn't feel like it belonged.
Didn't make sense. Yeah,
like it was kind of intrusive, you know. Like I don't know, I just it was like a spot between meaningless dialogue, you know, like I just couldn't figure out the show.
Yeah, and I didn't even really care for the main character.
No,
and it seemed like all they ever did was talk about her tits.
Yeah, I know.
Do you notice that? Like, oh, your boobs are coming.
Yeah, even the mom.
Yeah, even though it's like, oh, you got boobs now.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
And everyone it was like a whole episode of just like everyone telling her how fucking beautiful she is.
I know, basically, yeah. You're so pretty. You came into your body. You're a young woman. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't know. I mean, I never had any sisters. I don't know if that's like a normal thing. If that type of shit happens, like, do they praise girls like that when they get to be like 14?
I had sisters growing up, and I don't never remember once telling my sister like, "Oh, you got boobs now."
Yeah,
like look at your boobs are doing really great. They're coming in nicely. You know, like, I guess maybe a mother would do that, but I've never seen that. I just not like,
yeah,
but like I'm a guy, so maybe they were not gonna mention that shit while I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I thought was really creepy and weird was the older brother, like because they had this like. They're supposed to have this chemistry with each other because she's 15 and he's like 20,
18 or 19. Yeah, well, they talked about college ball, playing college football.
Yeah, because he was going to go to college, he decided not to because he was like because dad got the divorce and he was like, oh fuck life now, and he was like, but like every scene with them felt really uncomfortably weird.
I know. He would like stare at her.
Yeah, he had like it was almost like a rapey vibe.
Yeah.
Did you notice that too? Like I was like, yeah, that's a really
It's basically kind of like
look.
you know, if I didn't know you all these years, I would just fucking take you out right now. I'd plow you. That's kind of how he looked.
Yeah, and that's
like,
what made it, I think that's what made it weirder because they knew each other for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It to me it would be like, oh yeah, I want to fuck my sister kind of. That's the kind of feel it felt like.
I mean, I know. Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. They just it didn't feel like the chemistry just seemed weird. And in that first episode, she met that guy, that new kid, that Cam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell. I got the feeling that he likes her. She's gonna go out with him at first, and she's gonna blow him off for one of these shit. It's like he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how it is. Like women are like, oh, I can't find anyone good, but it's because they don't want the good guys. They want the fucking.
No, they want the
red.
shits.
Yeah, they want the red flag guy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's that creepy brother. You know, it just doesn't. You know he's not good for you. You know his life's shit. You know he's total anger management. Yet there's something about him. You know, it's just like okay.
Yeah.
And
I have a feeling. Well, I mean, the love triangle between the two brothers, and like watching it, even watching the first episode, you can tell like there's gonna be some like drama between. She's gonna be probably fucking both of them at one point.
Yeah, exactly.
And then maybe at the end of the episode, she'll like go back to that one original guy, like
or she'll choose one of the brothers. She'll be like, I love him, but I love your brother, but I'm gonna fuck you. You know, it's like I feel like it's gonna be something like that basically. Like I'm just so in love with your brother, but yet I'm here with you. And
yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man. I'm too disconnected from this type of shit. Like you said, 15-year-old girl probably loves it. 14-year-old, but I felt like the main character, Belly, I felt like she was just annoying. Like the whole thing, like she was just kind of the parents too. Well, first Belly, like I said, she was annoying. She just obviously she's a young teenage girl. She doesn't really know what she wants. That's fair, right? You kind of want everybody when you're back then, right? You like I'll fuck, especially if you're a guy, I'll fuck anyone, right? And I felt like that's kind of how she was, but it seemed weird because like the parents, they just seemed like they didn't even act like parents. Like
no,
they didn't even like really know where the kids were. Well, they kind of did, but like Belly just sneaking out was like no problem. They acted like, oh, she's still our 8-year-old little girl, but then they're like you said, oh, she got boobs now. You're a full woman.
Yeah.
And they just kind of like let whatever happen, and then when they got in trouble in that first episode with like the cops, and it was just her mom just felt like they didn't feel like parents to me. Like I just felt like they were just there, like they were just older teenagers,
Yeah, that's the way I felt too. It didn't feel like they were parents. It just felt like they were just a bunch of kids.
Yeah. Together,
and like they were just the oldest of the kids.
Yeah, that's how it felt. It didn't feel anything special. I mean, they didn't feel like parents. It was just. I didn't like it. I'd give it, for me, I'd rate it like fucking like half a star. I'd give it half, man, and I'm being generous just because. It wasn't low budget. That's the only reason why.
I have to say, like the cinematography was okay. Like the locations were really nice.
You're on a beach. You're in a beach town. How bad can it be?
It looked really beautiful. Cause, I mean, but how hard was it to film something like that when it's good locations?
I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift, so I don't fucking care about the music. To me, that's nothing. Right? That's not gonna sway me. I guess if you like Taylor Swift, you're gonna be like, oh, it's so good, right? Speaking to the girls.
Well, I like Taylor Swift. I like some of her music, but like but this just wasn't. It wasn't for me. I guess if it was, like I said,
it felt like a basic white girl playlist. That's how it felt to me.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
And I was like, fuck this. Like I can't relate to any of this. Like I said, the show I didn't relate to. The way they acted. I mean. It just I don't know how many times they've done these rich ass kids who fucking have it all, but they just totally bratty and do whatever the fuck they want. The parents don't give a fuck. It's like,
yeah, and there's like they're talking about like country clubs and debutante balls and stuff. And
yeah,
I'm
it's like that's not
how's
real
people
relate
to that? Yeah,
yeah, we can't relate to any of that stuff. Like really, I don't fucking care about any of this.
I would rather have seen somebody coming of age who was like just poor.
Yeah,
like
having a hard time,
poor, like having to deal with poverty and becoming a woman, growing up, and dealing with some crazy fucking people that kids are age that are actual troublemakers and having to go through some shit, dealing with like the drugs and stuff. But this is just, it was like it was too like Disney-esque.
Yeah,
as far as
she was they were like praising her the whole time. Belly, the girl.
Yeah,
I was like, man.
For me, if I were to rate it because of what it is, I would give it 1 star because I really didn't. I would not watch the rest of it.
No.
Like as soon as it was done, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, like last week, Visitors, I ended up finishing the series. Like I was like, I could do this, but that one I had no desire. Like it was just too cliche, you know.
Yeah,
like
it was. It was pretty basic. It was a
know?
basic bitch movie.
I was like, man, I don't know. I'm good with that. I'm done. I'm glad we're done with that one. I'm fucking glad.
Well, I think it was good to do something a little different, you know, just because you never know.
I know. There might be a hidden gem. I get that, but this was not it. Fuck no.
Plus, it was kind of fun to torture with you because I know you hate those kind of movies.
God, and if it was good, I would tell you. You know, I'd be honest with it. You know, hey, there was some good stuff.
I figured you would. So like that,
but this one was
like
not.
I said, I see the podcast as something for us to like kind of open up and like see things that I normally like. When you suggest things, a lot of times I probably wouldn't watch it.
Yeah, same here.
But yeah, so like I feel like this way is like you're gonna watch something that like Prey. I did. Yeah, just kind of open up and kind of check out different things, you know, see what, you know, what you usually wouldn't watch, and maybe you might enjoy it. You might not.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, so what did you have?
I had the movie Prey. It's a prequel, 300 years, ago in the Comanche Nation. Predators, man. This is Predator series.
Okay.
What did you think?
I did like it.
Okay.
It was good. It was a little problematic for me, but because I don't know, like I enjoyed the first Predator. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably one of my favorite movies.
Same here. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that fucking movie.
And yeah,
that movie's pure gold.
That's to me. That's like a perfect movie.
It is. There's not a fucking thing wrong with that.
Yeah. So like it's kind of hard, and then like everything after that was kind of just garbage.
It's hard.
I felt.
Was. The second Predator was such a letdown after the first one. It was like, what the fuck?
And then even like the Alien versus Predator and all that other stuff.
It was hard.
I couldn't watch them. I thought they were all garbage. The only one I liked was the Predators.
That was good.
I thought that one was a good one too because it kind of brought back the trying to become more like the original and
sure.
and as far as the storyline. And I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And I was really hesitant to watch this one.
Okay.
I mean, I really wanted to see it because it was
it's from the series.
Yeah, it's from the series, so I figured it would be good. I've heard good things about it, and I was excited. That's why I was excited to watch it. But I was also kind of like wasn't sure if I wanted to because I didn't want to be let down.
You're skeptical. Yeah.
But I'm glad I watched it. It was pretty good. Like the storyline was pretty good. It lacked in a little bit of like the character. I wish there would have been a little bit more character development in it. Thing that kind of bothered me was I guess like the power balance as far as the Predator and who he's fighting against. Because like the way they have it set up is like the Predator was a fucking amazing. Like he was awesome. He was. Like when he fought the bear.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was really good. The only thing I didn't like was the CGI.
It was a Hulu movie, right?
Yeah,
so
and
the CGI can be only so good.
Yeah, but it kind of threw me off because like a lot of the CGI animals, they looked fake, and I think it kind of threw me off a little bit.
Okay, that's fine.
But other than that, like the fight scenes were really good, and I didn't like the fact that like he was able to fight a bear and win so easily, but yet there's like I don't know, like a 15-year-old girl that he's getting his ass kicked, and that kind of bothered me.
Okay,
because it wasn't really like it felt like she was like stronger than he was for some reason, and there's like she doesn't have superpowers.
No,
and she's not she's not superhuman or anything. So like I don't understand how she was able to defeat him. So it would seem like pretty easy.
I mean, he had her. She was dead. I mean, he had her dead to rights when she was in the encampment, and then her brother did a last swing on him. Remember, and threw him off. And then she took off.
like he fought a bear.
I know. I know.
You know what I'm saying?
It's yes. I get what you're saying. I think what also helped though was I know what you're saying. Keep going.
Okay. But other than that, like I think it was one of the I wouldn't call it the one of the best ones, but I think it was probably like the third
one of the better ones.
I think it was one of the third in the series. Like it'd become third place out of all the Alien movies.
Okay.
Because I still
Predator
enjoyed
movies.
the movie. Like the action was really good. The fighting was good. Except for the CG, but like everything else was it was a good movie to watch. It was a good, it had a good premise and everything. Like it was. I like there was back in the
Like
was
1700s.
it, yeah, and it was kind of cool to see that, and they introduced the gun.
Yeah, the Raphael Andolini 1715 gun.
Yeah, but the only thing I thought was like, okay, if she has the gun, and in part 2, the Predator has the gun, so did he go back and kill all of the people to get that gun, or where did he get the gun?
They must have, right? Like
Yeah,
another
that's
Predator must have came and got
He
it.
came back and like took revenge
And slaughtered her, yeah.
yeah, took the gun away. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
So what did you think of it?
I thought it was good. I really liked. I think it's good. Like when they have. To me, this is gonna sound stupid, cliche, but I like when they have like it was a total like mostly it was a native cast besides the French. Those French fur trappers that were just dicks.
Yeah.
I like that she was able to overcome. Even her own people treated her like, no, you just gotta basically you're just the medicine woman, you can't do shit. Yeah. I like that she was able to overcome that. She was a little more smarter than the rest of them, right? Because remember, she was like, why are these animals running away? Like, what scared the lion, right? She actually thought things more through rather than just a straight hunter.
Yeah.
And I felt like she was just a little bit more cunning than all of her counterparts. Besides her brother. Her brother was pretty good too. I liked her brother.
Yeah, her brother was like, I think, my favorite character out of all.
He was pretty good. I liked him.
Yeah.
He was fair. He wasn't an asshole to her. He
was a decent person.
He was not like the other guys, on the crew were like, yeah, you're just a whore, basically,
Yeah.
But no, I really liked her. I understand what you mean. How he, the Predator took out that bear, and he had a hard time with her. It was, but I mean, you could say the same thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger, or you could feel the same way about Danny Glover was worse to me.
Yeah, that was worse.
I feel like Danny Glover should not have been able to hunt down the Predator and have him on the run and kill him. That to me, that was such a letdown. I think the reason, remember, she got a little bit of the, a little upper hand is, remember, because she knew about medicine and she knew about those flowers that would drop your body weight, your temperature. Mm-hmm. And so that's how she figured out, kind of like how Arnold figured out accidentally that the mud. Yeah. it would basically mask your body signature, the heat. So I mean, I think because she learned certain things like that. Again, it's hard to say that. You feel like the Predator would always be undefeated, right? You feel like nothing would ever kill it, just because he's got his his weapons, he's got his camouflage, his invisibility. But it was I felt like it was good. It's hard for me because Predator 2 is what led us to be Aliens versus Predator. Because I don't know if you remember when the ship they had a head of an alien. You remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what caused like the people from Aliens like, hey, what the fuck you doing? You're introducing our franchise into your movie, and you're saying that your alien's better than ours, right? And then that's basically why they made those. Yeah, that's basically why they made those movies, right? And whatever. I don't know if you want to call them part of the canon. I guess they are, whatever. Like you said, Predators was good, but this one, like I said, I felt like she was a good huntress. I felt like she was a pretty good protagonist. I liked about the Andolini gun. I think if you're a comic book reader, it's a little bit different. You're kind of pissed off. Did you ever read the comics at all?
I did not. Oh.
Yeah, because basically that was supposed to be like on a pirate ship. And pirates had it, and the guy, of course, was Raphael Andolini, and his guys let a mutiny on him. He's fighting them off, and the Predator's watching it, and then finally, like, the Predator decides to kind of like help him, like, hey, let's wipe him out together, right? I want to kill, and so they kill, and then they're the last two left, and then the Predator's like, all right, now it's me and you, and one of the guys basically, who he thought was dead, comes up and shoots Andolini in the back. So Predator's like, all right, well, basically I won then, right? Because you're done, and he takes his gun, and that's how it that's how he ends up giving it to Danny Glover. Like, so if you're a comic book reader, you're gonna be like, that's bullshit. That's not canon.
Not canon.
Yeah. This one, like it was good. Like, you felt like that's how that's kind of how Danny Glover got it, right? Because the Predators they must have came back and killed or something, but it was a good movie. I felt like it was well done. I liked the scenes. I mean the cinematography. I felt like it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was very pretty. Like
it was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, the visuals were amazing.
Yeah, it was. It was really really nice out there. I liked how simple it was. Like no industrial, no machines. It was. I felt like it was a little bit more like one-on-one type thing. No like. I mean, besides the muskets and a couple of pistols they had, but it was really like kind of like, not fair. For the humans. Yeah. It was the first time the Predator had been on Earth, is what they implied.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was just kind of slaughtering everything. He was just like, "Oh, this animal looks tough. I'm gonna kill it." Remember, he took out all those bison.
I don't think he took the bison out. Those were the Frenchmen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the Frenchmen were the ones that were those assholes, huh? Yeah, they were killing everything.
They were skidding them.
And they knew they knew about the Predator because remember they were like they kind of
because they were hunting him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were hunting the Predator, so. It was good, I enjoyed it. I was not disappointed. Like you, Aliens vs. Predator, not very good. Predator 2, I felt like sucked. I fucking hated that movie. I was so looking forward to it after the first one, and it totally let me down. Aliens vs. Predator, I'll take them. I can take them or not. Like I said, I like things with the Predator, so I usually watch everything with it. I try to read as much as I can about it, or try learning the history. To me, they're pretty fascinating because they're kind of really unknown. But they're their technology so high that impresses me, and so it was good. I enjoyed this movie. I would honestly, out of 5, I'd probably give it like 4.5.
Oh, that high, really?
Yeah, I really liked it. Like I almost feel like watching it again to see if there's anything I might have missed or anything I might have like just not acknowledged the first time.
Yeah.
But I was pleasantly surprised. I was worried that being a Hulu movie, it would be really shitty. And like you said, the CG was a little low. But, like I said, story-wise, I felt like I didn't hate the girl. I didn't feel like, oh, this is bullshit. There's no way she could do it. I felt like she was smart. I felt like she paid attention. Her medicine skills helped her out. She was able to stay alive and to move. I thought it was good, and like the scenes where she's getting chased by the Predator, I'm like, oh fuck, man, like she's in that open field and is chasing. I'm like, fuck, man, like I'd be like, it's like the time, like, all right, I give up.
Well, that one kind of bothered me too because like she was like up ahead. I mean, there's like a like she should, to me, like she wouldn't have been ahead of the other guy when they're running.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because he would have been a lot faster, so she would have been to me, I was like, oh, she would have been the one that died on that.
Yeah, he would have got her first.
Yeah, he would have got her first.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of. It just kind of annoyed me because there's certain things like when she fights like full-grown men, like 4 or 5 of them, and and she's able to take them out really easy. And yeah, she did train a little bit, but
those guys didn't seem like fighters. They just seemed like they were just fucking trappers.
Yeah,
and they didn't have any fighting skills.
She even fought against her own
her guys,
tribe.
her own
and these guys were bigger and stronger than she was. And
I know
for some reason,
she had that one.
Yeah, she was able to like take on anybody, and it annoyed me a little bit because it was like they made her overpowered. I thought.
I gotcha.
I still enjoyed the movie. I still thought it was good. It was a good film overall. Like I still liked it, but it was just like little things like that. Like I would have rather enjoyed if they had her brother was like the main character, and they were all out there, and it was like the little tribe of the boys, and she was with them, and they're trying to survive. That I would have it would have felt would be more entertaining for me.
Gotcha.
But it was like all in all, it was still a good movie. I would have gave it like out of 5. I would have gave it like I would give it a 4 or 2.
Oh, a what?
A 4.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said,
like I would watch it again.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and I wasn't expecting much. So it's one of the, and you know what's weird? I know this has nothing to do bearing with it, but some of the older guys, the ones from the first Predator, I guess they were saying that they actually liked it. Like Bill Duke, remember him? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like he liked it. He was like, man, that's an actually good Predator movie. Finally another one in our series that's good, because a lot of them have been trash, like you said.
Yeah, they have been, and it's kind of because I always like the underdog kind of stories.
Yeah,
I just kind of wish it would have been more challenging, I guess.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, because Arnold had to blow the whole fucking place up for.
Well, no, it was a Predator that did. Predator.
I know, but like you get to that point, that was like,
that was it.
that's how savage it had to get. Yeah. For Arnold.
That first movie, like I said, there wasn't one thing wrong with it. Like I said, everything in it, every guy in there was fantastic. They were all like trained killers, and that Predator was like, no, I'm just better than you, until it took Arnold, it took all his guys to get slaughtered, where he finally figured out, like, shit, this is how I can get it, Yeah. That was pretty good.
And then the thing, I know this is some small dumb, but it annoyed me. It's like the axe with the rope on it.
I know, that was kind of weird, like how she just mastered it right away.
That's not how physics works that way.
she like mastered it super fast, and I was like, all right.
Well, even then, it's like, have you ever tried doing that? It's fucking hard.
Oh man, I'm not fucking doing that shit.
Well, even like if you were to like, I've done stuff like that where I'd take a stick of rope and I was like, oh, that'd be a great idea, and you do it and you fucking hit yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I don't think that would have worked in any way.
Yeah, I know.
But it's just little things like that bother me. But like I said, I still enjoyed it. It was still a good movie.
It wasn't like Predator 2. It wasn't that bad.
It was, it wasn't the Summer I Turned Pretty, but it was something. It was something better.
Yeah, exactly. I know. It was definitely way better. Shit.
All right. So what are we going to watch next week?
So next week we're going to do the TV show called The Mayor of Kingstown on Paramount Plus.
The Mayor of Kingstown, huh?
Yeah. Kingstown. Mayor of Kingstown.
Okay.
And what do we got for you? What are we doing for a movie?
The movie I'm going to do, it's on Amazon Prime, is called Prizefighter.
Prizefighter, okay. Amazon Prime. Sounds good.
Yeah, get a little bit more manly shows next time.
Fuck, thank goodness.
No girl power on this one.
I'm afraid to ask how you even chose it, but I'm not gonna.
With the Prizefighter?
No, the fucking the Summer I Turned Pretty.
I just saw it on there and I was like, that sounds like something he's gonna hate.
Yeah, son of a bitch. You guessed right. Are you sure you didn't see it and you thought, this something looks like something I would love?
I would love. Secretly, I thought I was gonna love it, but
yeah,
I thought I was gonna awake my inner feminist, but it didn't.
Didn't work, huh?
No, not
Stay
today.
dormant.
Not today, Satan. All right, we're gonna take off, and we'll see you guys next week.
All right, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.